Yo, it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk, guys. Welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic day. All right, we're going to talk about the hardest decision. It's usually several decisions, but it's when do I need to remove myself from the current situation and find something better to do? Specifically today, we're going to remove ourselves from a flank and go somewhere else. We're going to take a look at the assessment, what I saw happening. So I'm middle tier in my Skoda T17, the best medium in the game. I know it's a light, but it's the best tier 7 medium as far as I'm concerned. Middle tier, so we got 6s to beat up on. We have 8s to watch out for, and we are here on Himmel's Outpost Dorf, spawned into the southwest. I have my 4 marked Skoda T17. The new system has come out, and that's not true at all. That's just 2 marked. It's fine. It's just a small joke. Don't get all bent out of shape, all right? Relax. All right, headed over to the east side. Pretty standard light tank positioning over here. We want to see if we can light up some of their campers, maybe catch one of their lights being stupid in the middle and help kill it. Potentially shoot at guys going up the hill and attempting to get into the middle of the castle. So I'll head over this way to about right here, so that I don't get lit up by their light in the middle. I also noticed that our tier 6 light's going into the middle, so I don't have to do that. This tank is not a fantastically stealthy light tank. Carries a decent amount of firepower, lots of mobility, okay stealth. It's a light tank, so it keeps its basic stealth on the move, etc., etc. But I'm going to let that light tank kind of look. And I see that the Progetto, see what I'm doing right there, fellas, is I'm watching the mini-map and where I'm going at the same time and together and at the same time and simultaneously, knowing that the Progetto has topped over the hill and he has not lit anybody making a run for the opening there up into the castle. So I'm going to go ahead and keep on trucking with what I was doing. The M4A3 shows up a bit later, but he's so far back I won't get shots. There's their Progetto. That's nice to know. And I like this move right here into these bushes to take a peek, see if I can catch out maybe one of their light tanks moving around, maybe catch out somebody up on their sniper hill. I am concerned with somebody coming up to my right side, so we'll scooch forward just a little bit right here. And oops, uh-oh, we have a 1375 who did not see me, so my counterpart, the other tier 7 light tank, so we're going to see what we can do with this guy. We get one shot on him, and I'm sort of bumming right here, honestly, because I don't have the firepower to take him down. And he can absolutely maul me because he's got, I want to say 200 something alpha and 4 shells. And it's going to take me a while to get him done. There's 2 artillery, which might be shooting in here pretty quickly, so I'm not very happy with this whole subject. Good news is, watch what happens. I'm like, well, this is going poorly right here. We'll just go after him. Okay, oh, very good. Oop, 118. He doesn't appear to have his large gun. And we'll head on around this corner with a huge assist from the artillery. To be honest, maybe that's the top gun on 1375. I don't remember. But we end up winning that little engagement. But now I'm worried because I don't have a whole lot of support. There's some guys sort of filtering up, but not on this corner. And I'm wondering if maybe this Progetto might be making a move here. Artie didn't come my way. I thought about potentially helping the T40. For the moment, I'm hanging out. And this is where we start to get into that decision-making sort of matrix. Obviously, there's some 20/20 hindsight. I've already played this game. I'm now doing a video on it. But this is honestly what I was thinking about at the time. I saw the Skoda going. We might maybe be able to push the situation on this flank, but I don't hold out a lot of hope for it. Because there's a Progetto involved and the Forest Spirit. I don't want to run up there and get mauled by the Progetto and hit by the Forest Spirit. And then I'm seeing this, an aggressive Progetto move. Well, that's not great. Actually, I think I might take a shot at this guy. I don't remember. The Skoda takes a hit. I don't. I bail. And this is what I was talking about at the beginning. Those hard decisions. Hard decisions. Could have potentially stayed there. Help the Skoda T40. I just felt like it was an engagement that wasn't going to work out for me. I was going to lose a bunch of hit points for no real reason. The Skoda's overextended. There's not a whole lot I can do for the guy right now. So we're going to get on out of here. Kind of hoping the 40 would put a shot on him, but he didn't. Somebody else puts a big hit. That's good. And now we'll slide around. Now he's got support with a 178. And I know that there's a Forest Spirit. The other thing we got to watch out for, fellas, is there's a Galweek and a Jackson out there in the middle, and one of those SFACs. So cruising around over here, where you might be exposing yourself to the shots from the middle, is not a great idea either. So we're going to knock that tree down, and I am going to decide at this point fairly quickly. First thing I do is kind of come over here. And as I said, it's a hard decision because right now I'm not really sure. I get lit by that guy. I don't get the shot off. I don't want to give too much of an easy shot to the Forest Spirit who's looking at me. And now what do? Well, the Chi-Ri's sort of... Oh boy, everybody's bailing on me. All right, there's no reason to stay here, right? My Su-130 took off. I'm just thinking, all right, at this point, let's let the Galweeka and the Chi-Ri, if he wants to, hang out here. The problem with playing Peekaboom right here with the Skoda T-17 is you're just going to lose that. The turret isn't good enough to get any bounces. The artillery is going to start raining on you as well. Artillery loves to kill non-mobile light tanks, right? If I'm doing the push-up, pull-back, push-up, pull-back, Peekaboom thing, I tend to collect arty shots at that point in my light tanks because generally arty players like to try to get rid of light tanks if they can. So I have decided to bail from this flank. There's no real good reason for me to be over here anymore. I'm also noticing the Progetto in the middle is making some moves. So I feel like I can come up here and maybe help him out. Kill off this SFAC, maybe get some of these other guys, get some lights going on. The Chi-Ri, the Su-130 here, and the Galweeka should be able to punish a low hit point Progetto who's attempting to push. I don't really expect the Forest Spirit to push. A couple good kills right there. Our heavies have done a nice job over there in the city, so we're taking all that in, and we got a nice little lead at 6 and 4. I'm watching the SFAC. I'm wondering if I'm going to get lit here. He's sort of moving back and forth. And I'll be honest, if I had this to do again, I probably would have pushed in on the SFAC, but again, I'm looking at my 5 shots. Depending on how the rolls go, I might not have enough to get rid of that guy, so we're just going to bail out of that. He's making a turn. Look at how fast he turned around. So we'll just go up here, discretion being the better part of valor. Looks like their Progetto and AMD are hanging out down in the south. As I suspected, the 2 TDs and the Chi-Ri are holding off those 2 guys, protected from the Forest Spirit. Our light tank is holding the middle in terms of its vision control. We've won the north. So let's go ahead and come up here and we're going to try to support the Progetto, but unfortunately he pushed down, got a little over-aggressive and died. So let's come over here. I noticed the OI. This is a good position on this map, especially at this part of the game, when there's a little bit more movement capability because there's less guns involved. So we'll slide over here. I want to avoid getting hit by the M12 or the M44. I see both of their shots go out, so I know they're not looking at me. They're looking down there and bombing our poor TDs. So let's go ahead and try to put a wedge back here into the backfield. See if we can't put some damage onto them and make that little push down in the south seem like less of a good idea for them. Don't see anything. We'll take a peek. What can we find here? No, nothing going on there. Oh, there we go. We got the Galweeka moving. Shot into him. Little shot into him. That one missed, but that's all right. SFAC's getting beat up. I did get lit, so I'm going to back up and around this corner. Nice kill on the SFAC. I love it. TS5 shot him from across the map. Got 2 kills, 509 damage, 556 assist. I was a little bit worried that somebody might try to come up the middle, but it looks like that's not happening. And now I'm kind of wondering where the Progetto is. So come over here, take a peek. Is there anything looking? Nope. All right, let's work around behind him. Check it out. The Galweeka was able to hold. The VK did a nice job keeping their heads down in the middle. It's going to be very difficult for them to move around down in the south without him seeing them. The push into the backfield, seeing everything. I'll just stop here because we got some nice juicy shots on a artillery, not a TD, but an artillery. Fire, dead, nice. We'll hit reload. Jackson died, so now we're just cleanup, guys. We got a Progetto and a Forest Spirit. So we went over to a flank where the light tanks generally do pretty well, or can do pretty well. The other light tank was in the middle, which is a great position for him, so we had the 2 light tank positions spotted. I don't like going into castle early on this map because you just tend to get dead. All right. I don't want to poke. 2 reasons I didn't want to poke. I could have forced the issue and taken one little 95 damage shot or 90 damage shot, but I felt like I was also risking a thump from the Forest Spirit, and really I could have died with a 2-shot right there. Plenty of dudes around, so let's just back out of this thing. He takes a big hit, then an arty hit, and now I feel like this is a great situation. He's definitely close, or if not in a 1-shot for me. He's forced to go this way, he's looking at me, and I'm able to get him dead. We'll back out of that, and now we just have to track down Mr. Forest Spirit. 917 damage and 4 kills, so not an absolutely amazing game. I think he just gets nuked right here. There we go. The Scorpion zaps him from across the map right there. Actually, I guess he's up on the center road. So like I was saying, I went over to the kind of general light tank area down in the south. The other light tank put himself in a good position, searched around, looked at what was going on, did what I could. It was really good to get rid of their other tier 7 scout. That gave us a huge advantage. But remember, when you get advantages like that, to play careful enough that you don't throw it away. Like, I could have gone down there and tried to tit for tat with the Progetto, but I just felt like that was a losing situation. And once it gets too static and you're a light tank and arty gets interested, that's tough. You know, rocking back and forth, hold down with a crummy turret and getting bombed by arty and out-traded by a Progetto, it just didn't seem like a really great idea to me. I felt that the TDs would be able to hold those guys based on how many pushed. I didn't really expect the Forest Spirit to get aggressive, and he didn't. Came back around to the middle, helped clean that up, caused more issues. And again, I'm not saying anything that I did in this game was absolutely crucial. It's more so your decision process and decision making on going to flanks and making the hard decision. When is it time to leave? I am sure there's some of you probably thinking, well, you maybe could have stayed there. You had some power with the TDs, but my issue with that is the fallback was a good idea, but I don't know if they would have been aggressive enough to help me move forward. It's hard to trust TD players on things like that. So instead of bogged down in a static situation that didn't necessarily absolutely have to be held, at least not by me. I felt that TDs could do it. I felt that the light tank would have been better suited, or I could have done better work by going elsewhere. And that's that hard decision on when to do it. That's my thought process on how I did it on this particular game. It was nice to get 4 kills, but I ended up killing some near deads along there. And we did all right. We got the win out of that thing, and there you go. Sometimes you make those hard decisions. I think that there are obviously better players out there than me who make even better decisions than that, but that's my thought process on gathering as much SA as I can and attempting to react to the situation at hand. That's all I've got. You guys have a great one. See ya.